Welcome, my Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross-watchers. Welcome to your Timeless Chakra Reading. I am your reader, Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. Not bad, it's just my initials. It's spelled that way. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of 2 books at the time of this timeless recording, Spell Ingredients from Professional Witch, as well as Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. There is a Kindle version available of Words of Grace and a free preview. If you click the link, you can see the table of contents among some other stuff there, and you'll see that the book is primarily structured in chakra chapters, different graces and different chakras. It's lovely, it's clean, it's pristine, it's Kindle. The original version, though, the visual Fellini Film Fest of Chakra Spectrum of Color, is over on patreon.com, as is Spell Ingredients, by the way. Some of my subscribers get that as part of their benefit package, but it's now available in our digital store on Patreon. Anyone can buy the original PDFs, the original ebooks, if they want to check them out. All of my subscribers on Patreon get 3 benefits in common. Number 1, they get a daily check-in when I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link pretty much every morning. Did it this morning. We chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a prayer, a blessing, a meditation, something to send us on our way. And considering I am getting ready to move my entire life north about 5 hours, it's the best way for me to start the day, even though that rhymes. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s, as a subscriber on Patreon, as well as they get extensive discounts with private sessions with me, whether it is spiritual counseling, readings, in person, the video, Zoom, all of that. They get an extensive discount on all of that. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want more info on that. But really, it's the best career move I have ever made. No kidding, Virgo that I am. We have 2 7-day free trials for Seeker and Human, our first 2 levels of subscription, and I love it, and I highly recommend it to anyone who wants to put their work out into the world. Building a lovely community over there. They're getting a lot of exclusive behind-the-scene content, as well as some of them are coming by to pick up some of the magical stuff I'm giving away. So it's really cool. I love it. Click the link, check it out, come Patreon on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. But you could just call me Mal. It's just simpler, right? Isn't life complicated enough? So let's get down to business. We'll do a little explanation for the new Capricorns and Crosswatchers, and then we'll get into the divination. If you want to jump ahead, feel free. Oh, it's that way. But we are doing things a little bit differently, because as I said at the time of this timeless recording, I am packing and moving and sifting and sorting. Real estate, we already went to contract. We're waiting for the closing date for me to move up to Saratoga Springs. Very excited. A stone's throw from the Magic Moon on Felice Street in Saratoga Springs, where I will be doing readings in public. It's very exciting. So this is essentially a 5-card draw. I've been doing these for myself pretty much around 1 a.m. every morning. Started doing it right before we went to contract, and they make me laugh. They're so accurate. So we're going to start you off with we're using the 8th chakra system. So in the 8th chakra over the head, we're using a Caroline Myss archetype card. I learned about the 8th chakra in her book Anatomy of the Spirit. I highly recommend it, and of course her work Sacred Contracts, dealing with archetypes and our life purpose and all of that. Very, very helpful. So you get one of those, and that sets up the vibe, because it sends down the codes to all the other chakras, shifting what we attract and what we repel in our electromagnetic field. So that's why heart, third eye, crown, the internal, the feminine energy, we will be using Daughters of the Moon Tarot, 1 card for that chakric zone. Then we'll get 3 Mythic Tarot for the masculine energy, the yang dynamic, relationships in the physical world, you looking at yourself from the outside, or you from the outside looking at your relationships to people, places, and things, including your relationship to yourself in the world, self-esteem and self-image and all of that. And then we will get 1 Whisper of Love, the voices of the higher selves, from Angela Hartfield. Love this deck big time. And we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra card, and I will read what is in the said bookie book, because Matt says it better than I can, and I've worked all these mantras. They work if you work them. to help you become a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser version of yourself in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world. And that's why, cross-watchers, you have the opportunity here to gain some insight, some understanding, some sympathy, and some empathy for the Capricorn you are cross-watching for. And should you use this information in your own energy field, it's a cross-watcher, this could all be about you, who knows, the general read, then you will be evolving. You will be coming into alignment, alchemizing your shadow to light, your lead to gold, your pain to peace, your toxic to healthy, your fear to love, and from illusion to truth. And there is no healing without truth. So I think that's enough explanation. We're doing it very differently this time. Oh, and if you've watched the previous videos, just keep watching the bookcase, because it keeps paring down as things are getting wrapped and packed. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will, and I will do the best that I can to help anybody come into alignment, to be the best that they can be, right? To create a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, one person at a time, and with these videos, hopefully multiple people at a time. So, that being said, both feet on the floor if you can, focus on your breath if you will, and let's get into the still point, the shift from explanation to divination. Here we go. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs, in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done, beloved pantheons of the divine. What's the dominant archetype in the 8th chakra for the Capricorn collective and the cross-watchers for this timeless read? Ooh, the Martyr archetype. We'll talk about it. We're going to get all 5 on the table. Don't freak. All archetypes are neutral. So as horrible as they sound in the lead is as magnificent as they are in the gold, and vice versa, right? Oh, the Lover archetype. The shadow is a nightmare. So let's get the heart, throat, third eye, crown dynamic. This is a divine family archetype, by the way. So, you know, we'll talk about it. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My goddesses override. A place for everything, and everything in its place, but all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done, my beloved goddesses. What does the Capricorn collective and the cross-watchers need to know? Heart, third eye, crown, with that Martyr in the 8th. Hoo-hoo! The Tower, Kali, the Awakener. We will talk about it. Yikes. Yikes. Nice. She really knows how to accessorize. You gotta give that to her. Let's get... Ooh, I skipped. It shocked me so much with that lightning there. Lower 3 chakras. It's all 4 at once. When it's major arcana. Let's see what's happening. Lower 3 chakras. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My gods override. A place for everything and everything in its place, put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done, my beloved gods. What does the Capricorn collective and the cross-watchers need to know? Lower 3 chakras, outside and inside out relationships in the physical world. Ace of Pentacles. New opportunity, a seed of earth there. Interesting. I like that. Would make sense in a way with the Tower on the inner. Voices of the higher selves of all involved. Whispers of love. Here we go. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Higher selves override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs, in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done, beloved higher selves. What's the whisper of love? I love you. These are very important words. I know this one because it's the exact same design on both sides, except one has a blue border like all the rest of them, and one has a white border. So I love you. Now that's very Ho'oponopono. It's very Metcon. And to say that to yourself as you go along, right? Whatever arises, love that. Genius book from Metcon. So let's get that Metcon healing mantra here to help you bring it all together. Shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Masters override. A place for everything. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, what is the perfect healing mantra to help the Capricorn Collective and the Crosswatchers alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, their toxic to healthy, their fear to love, their moving from illusion to truth, with the Martyr in the 8th, the Tower on the inner, Ace of Pentacles on the outer, I love you being very important words in this Timeless Chakra Read. Unhooking the past, there's nothing to regret when I learn from my past. Yeah, I know that one. Particularly as you're sifting and sorting through your house and you come across things and go, oh, right? So that makes a lot of sense here. Now, we're going to start at the beginning and then do all of these. So the Martyr archetype in the 8th chakra. Everybody martyrs every now and again. You can have an archetype, a reason, season, or a lifetime, or be dealing with somebody who has the archetype, reason, season, or a lifetime. It's right. This is the lesson. Here is the lead. Here is the gold, the shadow, the light. 3 atoms in between, and that in the language of spiritual alchemy, obviously, cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. So with the Martyr in the shadow or the lead, addiction to self-pity. Now, we've all been there, like for a day, for a month, for a year, but some people literally incarnate it for a lifetime. So, you know, it's like any other kind of addiction. There's a biochemical component to it, right? It's in the cell tissue, and this can be passed down. This is passed down genetically and societally for thousands and thousands of years. So the light, wait till you hear this. This is where you'll get it's a divine family archetype of the 9 families. Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself and or a cause, because of holographic whatevers you want to call it. Like, as you really, really learn the transcendence of service to your chakra system, to your spiritual path, to whatever, you rise, right? You float. You get these higher experiences as a result of doing the alchemy here. Now, I will say martyrs have been on the planet forever, right? Particularly in scripture, right? Pick your holy book. There's usually a martyr in there somewhere, right? And a lot of heroes have to martyr themselves. So this is an archetype that goes with pretty much every other archetype in the collective unconscious. So it would make sense then that you're dealing with the Tower on the inner. When it's a major arcana card, when I read like this, it's like all of the chakras in that zone, in this case heart, third eye, crown, all acting as one. Now the Tower people are terrified of, but I teach tarot. I will be teaching tarot up in Saratoga Springs. I just feel it in my water. I feel it. What I tell my students is like, okay, so imagine someone who doesn't believe in ghosts or spirits and all of this stuff is just bullshit, right? And their whole life, let's say 40 years, they're just not just skeptical, they're just like whatever, right? And then one morning before they wake up, they feel someone sitting on their bed and it's their great-grandmother going, hey, stunad, right? And poof, they awake, right? Ah, grandma, right? That was my great-grandmother, Kunjatina, bless her soul. She's with me always, I think. So what happens to that whole belief, oh, this is all bullshit, gone in an instant, right? It's not a gradual process. In traditional tarot, the Rider-Waite, you'll see the tarot with these little droplets of light, right? Those are the Hebrew letter Yod, Y-O-D or Y-O-D-H, which means the finger of God. It's also an astrological aspect. I have a Yod in my chart, the finger of God. Yeah, a really nice chart, born on a full moon too. So then with this new opportunity, Ace of Pentacles on the outer, I mean, that could be any of those chakras, but I will say you will get struck by lightning in the sense of light being truth. Something's going to shatter an illusion, or something that brings you into alignment instantly, destroying what no longer serves here, so that something new can be received here. Now, that could be anything in the physical world, right? A new relationship, but a seed, a healthy acorn, right? It could be money, it could be anything, but it is just a seed, right? Like a healthy acorn, if you plant it and help it grow, it will, in its lifespan, shed billions of acorns, right? If it grows to full maturity, right? Or you can crack it under your heel and feed it to a squirrel, right? There's all sorts of choices that we have, and that's the free will of this. So, with I love you being very important words, I mean, look at that. It's like rotating. Then certainly start within, right? If you are going through a shock, if you are going through a period of rapid, I don't want to say destruction, but that is the card. I mean, it can be the destruction of an illusion, right? And bringing this light, where light is truth. So lightning is truthening. You're hit by a bolt of truth. It could be inspiration, right? So I love you. I mean, I really highly recommend the work of Matt Kahn, particularly Whatever Arises. Love that. It's a really hopeful book. It pulled me out of a lot. Got me a whole different way of doing shadow work, right? So that you can unhook the past. This makes total sense, because the more you apply this mantra, and I'll read it from the boogie book in a minute, you will see how that Tower card is like all of the guilt, all of the shame, all of the blame gone, because like it couldn't have happened any other way, and there's nothing to regret when you learn from the past. This is a great mantra. I've gotten it a lot of times, and of course it was really heavy right before we even found the new house up in Saratoga. It's a half acre of land, gardening next year. Cannot wait. So, unhooking the past. There is nothing to regret when I learned from my past. When you unhook the past, you are able to see crucial moments of growth from fresh perspectives. This allows you to see the mistakes of your past as catalysts for development, not as something you did wrong. Now, isn't that a lightning bolt? Oh my God. It had to happen that way for me to get this new opportunity, right? It is an opportunity to see how your previous actions could have been better aligned with your highest values. When you learn today the things you didn't know before, you are able to meet your current circumstances with renewed clarity, so the past can be unhooked instead of repeated. So if this thing comes in and it's like, oh no, not again, I don't know, right? Martyr, right? Like, oh, last time, you know, things are beyond our control in this level for the most part. We do have free will. Then this makes total sense, right? It's like, well, there's nothing to regret when I learned from my past. What have I learned from my past? Well, let's start with saying I love you to those parts that feel horrible, that are afraid, right? That's how the alchemy happens. There's no alchemy without love. Love is the universal solvent, the sacred truth of the heart chakra. Love is divine power. Carolyn Mace, Anatomy of the Spirit, heart chakra chapter. So, all 5 of these babies on the table. Let's put this together in a blessimation, a combination of a blessing and a summation, and then we'll chat a little bit more if you wanna. Please take a nice deep breath. Well, I'm gonna chat. You do you. Never tell a Capricorn what to do. You hear that, cross watchers? Still point. And let us end as we began. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine on behalf of the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need to alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, their toxicity to health, their fear to love, their illusions shifting into truth. Particularly that they learn the transcendent nature of service to oneself and or a cause as they allow Kali, the awakener, to awaken them from the illusion, from the dream of their guilt, their regret, and their apprehension as this new opportunity, a seed, a potential comes into their lives, remembering I love you as very important words, even silently. Ooh, Catherine Ponder, The Miraculous Power of Love, 1912 or something, right? To themselves, to others, silently, aloud. It's so important we say those three magical words for ourselves, because they are an open doorway to miracles, so that they can unhook the past, understanding that there is nothing to regret when they learn from their past. And they probably have learned from their past, but they just haven't acknowledged it. And maybe that's what allows Kali to destroy what no longer serves them on the inside, so they can embrace this new opportunity on the outside. So may they be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to be the best that they can be. A happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser version of themselves, in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So moving. So it is. That was hot. Tricky, but hot. I mean, come on, you got Kali working for you. But are you working for her? That's the question. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe and all the YouTubey stuff. It just helps other people find my work. And I think, it's so easy to slip into martyrdom. I think this reading would help other Capricorns and cross-watchers get, oh right, there is a larger service I am doing here, but it is spiritual, not always so visible in the physical, right? Until later, location, location, location. And if you want more of me, a deeper dive, come check out Patreon. I mean, I say it over and over and over again. It's the best career move I ever made. It saved my career. Absolutely, it did. The daily check-ins, I love them. I love them. If I miss a day, I really do feel it. That they get all the extended readings, past, present, into the future, as long as they remain subscribers, as well as they get an extensive discount on private sessions with me, and so much more. I mean, we've got a digital store you do not need to subscribe to access. You can follow us for free and get the public content, and I'm putting more public content out there as we go. And we have 2 7-day free trials for Seeker and Human. Took us out for 7 days, but everyone who has done that has stayed at least a month so they could get the extensive discount. And let's talk about that discount. So I made a video a couple of months ago when the company turned 25 years old, Drawing the Circle, 25 years old, May 1st, 2023. I changed my prices, so I made a video called Booking Private Sessions with Mal. Explains everything you need to know about what goes down. I even tell my clients, wait 24 hours after we do the reading and then drop me a note if we need to chat, we chat. And it's all there. I've never turned anybody away because of lack of money, ever. That's not who I am. I will never be that person. I've never been that person. I am here to serve. And yes, that can sound like a martyr. No, it's okay. But where there's a witch, there's a way. I'm a witch, there's a way. So I even said to one of my clients the other day, I'm like, all right, I'm going to hold space for you, but you make sure you hold space for someone else. Pay it forward, right? I'm here to help. I'm here to serve. And I want to finish my contracts in this lifetime. So if I come back to this world, it's going to be at a much higher vibrational level, like definitely above 5th dimension. But they keep saying to me, look, you had a choice to come in. You saw the mission. You said, ooh, that's what I look like at that age. And you said, yes, I just turned 55 years old, September 6th. Yeah, I know, I don't look at thanks. Thanks for the DNA, Mom. She's still alive. I'm moving up to Saratoga to be closer to her. And I have to say, I have an eternal crush, it seems, in this lifetime on Capricorns in general. I love you all so much because you're stable. You're steady, mostly. And you're cardinal Earth to my mutable Earth of Virgo. That's a lovely trine. Let's go trine. Trine. So seriously, hang in there. Slow and steady wins the race as ever, but if you need my help, you know what to do. And seriously, wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed with this timeless chakra reading, one and all. Hang in there. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.